Cheers, queers! What's on the big gay agenda today, Theora?
Today, we are going to be discussing Only You, the series. Woo!
Woo! Oh my gosh, it was a it was a ride.
It was a ride. It was a 14-episode journey. And today, we're going to talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, and have some listener comments as well. So this will not be a scene-by-scene breakdown. We will not be going through every single second of the show, but we will be talking about it as an overview. So just so you're aware, this will not be like Pluto. This will be like our Uranus episode, our like affair episode, etc. If you want more Only You content from us, we did react to the entire series. All of our reactions are over on Patreon. It's more than just commentary. We came up with a game to play while you're watching Only You that is pretty exclusive to our Patreon. So for $5, you can go check all that out if you want to watch us react to Only You. If you don't want to pay $5, there's a couple episodes on YouTube, so you can check that out. And head over to our Discord if you just want to talk about the show, vent your feelings, gush about it, whatever you want. There's a whole host of friends over there who will welcome you with open arms.
They sure will.
They sure
we
will.
Love them. And we love you. So come join us.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into Only You, the series. And I guess not the series, it's just Only You because there's no novel. So let's talk about, first we're going to talk about like why we loved it, and we'll kind of popcorn around. And then at the end, we'll do our listener comments, which probably reiterate a lot of the things that we said. So first thing that I loved about it, that I thought was good, a very good thing, is that this is probably one of the first girl loves that was not based on a novel, or at least like that's not common. Most productions, at least that we're aware of, come from a book. Like there's a book and then it gets adapted into a series. This was not. This was just a original production by, I guess, Channel 3 and or whatever the sub production company was. I really don't know off the top of my head. But I thought that was a good thing because that, at least, and with a big couple. So like LingOrm obviously started this. I'm sure we're all here because of them. So like to have a big couple do a series that's not based on a novel that's already successful is ultimately a very good thing and will hopefully lead to more original stories that are not based on stuff. That's a good thing. That's growth, in my opinion, for the industry.
That is definitely growth. Yeah. I mean, they're out here paving the way for those original stories because like we talk about Gap as paving the way for girl love in general. I'm not comparing this show to Gap in any way, shape, or form, but this show, hopefully we're going to be able to get more original stories that are not books. I mean, Girl Rules is about to be a show. It now sure has a book, but the show came before the book.
They wrote a book, so like there is a book, but like there is one now. But yeah, like that's ultimately a really good thing that they took that chance, because for a production company to do that, that's very risky because it's easier to adapt a book that's already proven it's successful by the book sales and then be like, okay, we'll just make a TV show of that thing that's already successful. That's less risky than being like, we're just gonna make this story up and throw it out there without test runs. Like that's more risky from like Channel 3's perspective, you know?
That it is, but definitely with the way that they market and like having the couples, they're definitely like LingOrm, put them in anything, people will watch it, but here's the way to take a risk.
Right. So yeah. Ultimately, Thaiglseries is taking a risk and we're getting original content. That's ultimately a very, very good thing. What I didn't like about it, so we'll just popcorn, is I don't like the actual story that they wrote. I just don't like the writers that wrote this. This was not a good, cohesive story. I don't know what happened.
I always feel bad because I'm like, what if the writers watched it? Like, what if the writers are like, we worked so hard on it?
I'm sure you did. It's not cohesive, man.
The story was not great.
No. First of all, this was marketed as a Bodyguard story, and there's like minimal amount of bodyguarding in it. So mistake number one.
I keep forgetting it's a Bodyguard story.
Correct. That's not good when that was the marketing ploy.
Seriously, it was like trying to save Isla every single episode. Well, I mean, like, that's what it looked like it was gonna be.
Right, and then
Um,
that ended in, like, 5 episodes, and then it was like, "What is this what happened? Like, what is this show even about anymore?" So,
it's about the
that was
fathers.
mistake number 1, was that, like, it wasn't actually a Bodyguard story, like, really, if you look at it. So, also, too much family drama that I feel like was wildly unnecessary. Like, I don't need a family drama in my Bodyguard AU. I just need a Bodyguard story.
Yeah, and speaking of bodyguards, they were underutilized.
Oh my god. No, seriously, like, ugh, yeah, no. Like, do you wanna just jump to that? Because 'Cause I'm mad about the
Yeah.
Bodyguard thing. First of all,
Um,
like, okay, but like, hold on, like, staying on the Bodyguard train though,
yes.
like, there wasn't enough of it in the show that was marketed as a Bodyguard story. However, my favorite moments from the show were like episode 10, where you actually had the Bodyguard thing. And
Yeah.
so they did when they actually went down the bodyguarding route, they did a great job with it. Like the fight choreography in episode 10, where they're at the strip mall and they're remember that episode?
Yes.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
that
and
was really good, like, that was so good.
oh, it was the best. I mean, like, it was one of the best scenes. It was one of the best episodes.
That
It
was one
was
of
the
the best
best
episodes,
episode.
yeah.
Well, not the best. We'll get there. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
that because there was actually a fight scene, there was actually bodyguarding, there was stakes
There
wherever there
were
was.
stakes that were real,
Yes,
okay?
there were no
Stakes that
stakes in the other.
felt real. That was my other issue with the way this was written because, like, the stakes never felt real because it was the same thing over and over again because, like, we're like, "Okay, well, we can't be together." First of all, the 8-year thing where they didn't communicate makes no sense in the modern era when you have cell phones. And there was no actual reason why they didn't communicate during the 8 years. It was never like not like you could they kind of like tried to gloss them together something together, but like they were stalking each other on social media. Like
That's the issue. Like they
they
kept up with each
they
other.
kept
They
up with
knew
each other. So
exactly
like
who the other
well, if I was Isla, like, you know what I mean? It's just like that didn't make any goddamn sense. There wasn't any actual reason for them not to talk. I understand why on the day Taiwan left because it was like you're going tomorrow to China, which like how did you even get a flight? Like okay, well, like sure, whatever. That was rushed for no reason. And then like sure, when she's at the competition, she doesn't want to tell Isla this before she gets up on stage in the middle of a competition. I get that. Like, I totally get that. However, Taiwan tells her nothing, doesn't really even like leave a note that's like, hey, here's my number. How did they not even exchange numbers? They knew each other.
They
Like,
should have
it's
been like, "Here's my number, so call me maybe."
right. Call me, text me, whatever. I got to go do this. We'll talk later. Like, she did not need to cut Isla out of her life. There was no actual reason for that to happen. Like there wasn't. Like it would have been one thing if like I thought the story was going to be like basically like Taiwan gets recruited into some like secret government like
That would have been
CIA shit and then
amazing.
like she gets recruited at a high school and they're like you have to cut contact with everything you know because we're going to recruit you to this secret government organization and then she can't tell her and that makes more sense than her just being like I got to go right now and I can never text you again like what
Theora, that would have been amazing.
I
I
thought that
would
was the
love to watch
story.
that. Oh my god, that would have been so good. And
That
cut
would
the
have made
dads
more
out
sense, but that's what I mean.
completely.
Like the stakes of like, there's no that has high stakes, right? Because Taiwan can't talk to her because like she'll lose this bodyguarding experience in this echelon of the government. But like the actual story in the show, there was no actual stakes for that. It's just like she chose not to.
And I don't want anyone coming at us being like, "Oh, she left her email." Bitch, no, she did not.
In the middle
Because
of
who
a
thinks to
doll?
look in that? Okay?
Okay, but
That's
yes.
nuts.
Okay, to the people who are going to defend that, also to your point, yes, the doll thing doesn't make what. Anyway, that was crazy. But yeah, she did leave that. However, Taiwan told her friend everything that was going on. It didn't tell I and like again, the friend. And so it's like does Taiwan could have been like, give her my phone number. Like give her my like make sure she has it directly versus like I'll leave it up to fate and I leave it in this doll. Like that was insane.
What does she expect Isla to be doing? Like inspecting every little inch of it because she's so sad? I don't
That's
know.
crazy. Like, she's like, she didn't want her to talk. Like, it's like she didn't want Isla to find her. Like, but
She was
which is
scared.
fine if she was like, I'm running away from Isla forever. Like, fine. But like, that's not the story that was presented to me. And like, again, like the stakes never felt real because there was no actual reason for that. They just didn't, even though they could stalk each other on social media all they wanted to. Which means they could
Which
have
they proved.
communicated if they chose to, but they chose not to.
What they do, have her DMs off?
It doesn't make any. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, and then like everything that goes on with the dad. So most of the drop, like the actual bodyguarding shit, those were stakes. Okay, somebody's throwing acid at her. There's a shootout in a mall. Like yes, that
My
felt real.
my favorite one was not my favorite one, but, like, one of my favorite scenes is the bathroom one. Not that
Oh
that totally
God,
made sense either,
yes.
but, like, because, like, she could have heard what's going on and, like, gone into the bathroom because Tawan was right there. Anyway, but I love that and, like,
That
her
was so good.
disarming him, and
Yes.
it's great.
Yeah, no, the fight choreography, and then she gets drugged during that. Like that all felt plausible and like high stakes. But then you get to the actual drama that was going on with the dads. It felt like there were actually no stakes involved in any of that because, like, Isla's dad in particular would flip flop constantly where he's like, okay, I see that you guys are good for it. He's like, first of all, he's like, you're great. Wait, what? Who's your dad? Fuck you. Like, you're not allowed in my house. And then, like, Taiwan will prove that her worth. And like Isla's like, no, I love her. Let me show you. And he's like, okay, fine. I want you to be happy. You can be with her. And then he's like, wait, but your dad again. It's like, and that kept happening over and over again. And it's like, this doesn't feel real.
Seriously, to the very end, that's what was happening. And that dude, because you're like, "Oh, finally, he's a good guy. He's finally realizing that his daughter should be happy." Oh, whoops, nope, he's still stuck on what happened in the past, which what happened in the past had to have been more than what we found out because they were together.
Yeah, no, our fan fiction is that the dads were into each other and like it was a bad breakup, and that's actually what was happening. And they would present because what they presented us with was some bullshit. Because then you have Taiwan's dad who's like he screwed me over, and then like Isla's dad he screwed me over, and then we finally get Taiwan's dad alone. He's like, no, it was actually me, and it's like, why did this take 13 episodes? Like again, if you put the dads in a room together and be like, you're solving this, otherwise you can't leave, and you lock the door, this could have been over in an episode.
I could see the bodyguards doing that with the way that they interact with each other. Like, I could totally see them be like
Seriously.
parent trapping these two and then be like, talk because we don't want to see our bosses sad.
Yeah, like they should have done that. Also, like, I'm sorry, but I love the bodyguards. Like the friend group was great. Like Taiwan's friend group was really great, like the employees, but they were underutilized. Let's keep 100. They were not real people. Like they were very
Oh,
one-dimensional.
okay. So they were people for like the first 3-ish episodes.
Yeah, they were more people. You're right.
And
Correct. That's
then
correct.
they disappeared.
Then they were gone. And it was just
Everybody was a character for the first 3 episodes and then they disappeared.
everyone was a character until we got into the family drama. And then like that took over everything. And it was just this repetitive cycle of like, all right, is my dad cool with this? Oh, he's cool with this. He's not cool with this. Oh, wait, is he gonna be cool with it? He's cool with it. Wait, he's not cool with it. It's like you're
I hate
adults,
that.
first of all.
Yeah, seriously, you're
First of
adults with
all,
your own.
you're adults.
Tawan had her own freaking business. Isla had her
Yeah,
own business by like she was the we basically compared to Taylor Swift. She's the Taylor Swift to Thailand.
correct.
That's what it looks like in this show.
Yes.
So like there's no way that she couldn't just like fully I get that she loves her dad. She won't like just disown him or anything. But like she could have just made her own path.
Seriously, like
They were not tied to them.
at some point, we need to cut out the toxic family members. Like at some point, we got to be like, otherwise we're just trapped. We're trapped in this repetitive cycle over and over again. Yeah. So like, again, like it had a lot of promise in the beginning because like the story was more like bodyguard type, and it was more just about like surviving the situation. And then we get Isla's kidney disease, which like I'm not mad at that plot line at all. Like it's something that happens. And like I thought that would have been a good plot line, but then like you still have the fucking dad thing in the back, like fucking it up in the background. And it's like, why? Why can we not like resolve any of this and then get into, you know, it was just like, why?
So one of my issues with the kidney storyline is that Tawan comes in and immediately suggests that she gets married and then divorces her. Like, she doesn't let the dad come up with that. She suggests that to him, where she really could have used, like, dude, your daughter's gonna die, let her be happy. And, like, is he really gonna just let his daughter die? Because that means he's a terrible father.
Yeah, no, seriously, because like the thing about her dad that was so annoying, like Isla's dad, is that in the beginning, like they really set him up as like a good single dad. Him and Isla are very bonded. He really cares about her. He's like involved in her career and like looks out for her. And then like we end up in this ridiculous cycle where he's like, I hate you because of your dad, even though she changed her name and like disowned her family. And it's like, what more do
She
you want her to
disowned her
do?
family.
She
Like,
literally
there was
disowned them,
literally
changed her last name. Like
did not, like, grow up with well, she grew up with them, like, most of her life, but then,
she
like,
was
finished growing up without them. Has not had, like, contact with her family, basically. Like, find out that she did not visit with her father whenever he would come try to visit with her. So, she literally was not part of this family at all. And then on Isla's dad's side, like, he kept literally trying to kidnap her. Like, he was holding her hostage
he did
multiple
hold her his
times.
own daughter hostage, which was insane. Like it just got really insane. I'm like, who's gonna protect Isla against her dad? Like, where's her bodyguard for that?
Like, if you actually cared about your daughter, like, how do you not feel bad when she's literally in her room crying and not eating? She's on a hunger strike.
I mean, like he did, but it's like we were in these again the situations where there's stakes. It's like it was just felt manufactured. Like it wasn't like I don't know. And then like the bodyguard shit, like the with June, the actress June. I don't remember the character's name, but I was glad to see her. Apparently, I'm still not convinced she was the bad guy because of the way that that went down. It seemed like she really wasn't involved, and it was some fucked up shit. And then we just like never went back to that. Like the reason we had bodyguards to begin with.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
then
That didn't even feel coherent the way that went down.
yeah, because I mostly forget about that because it went in and out really quickly.
Right. That was the whole premise of getting the bodyguard.
Yeah, and I guess, like, no, because then we have the, like, the big threats, which is really the step half brother, uh, in the background. So I just remember him. I thought it was him the whole time,
No,
but
he's
no,
in the
there
middle.
was
Like
that separate plot line.
yeah, that's a separate plot line. And that goes back to the stupid dad bullshit. But then, okay, so then you have the plot line with the brother, and that gives us episode 10, which is awesome and amazing. But then we don't fully resolve the brother plot line. We just like let it go. Like
And, like, she's just gonna give him back the house and stuff, like, everything's his. Like, he literally tried to hurt
he tried to kill him. He got a bunch of people killed. And you're just gonna be like, he made a mistake. Like, no, like again, like we're just like no one's addressing actual problems in the show. We're just like it'll be fine. It's like the definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Like, why would you? Like, I get honors a thing and stuff like that, and like this is a family, and you're like, well, I defer to the son of the family, but like he's dangerous. like no, he should
He
not be in
deserves
charge of
nothing.
anything.
He needs a lot of therapy because he does have daddy issues.
He
Like,
has
he
mommy and
did
daddy
not
issues,
feel
absolutely.
yeah,
Oof.
he definitely need because like,
Honestly,
underneath, I don't think he's a bad guy. He was really desperate. He was desperate for love and this I mean, I don't know why his mother, I feel like she put that in his ear. I don't know how he got to the, like, hire people to offer or something
That's
like
because he
that.
doesn't work. Did you not see him? They had the whole episode where he's like literally sleeping in his office, and the dad's like, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be prepping for a meeting." Like, he's just a nepo baby. He's like, he doesn't actually have
That's
to
true.
work hard. He's just like, "Dad's gonna make me in charge of the company one day. I don't have to do anything." So he just hires
And he
thugs to
did.
do his dirty work. Like, because he's like, "Get rid of my competition." Instead of me like actually outmaneuvering the competition in a business way, I'm just gonna kill my competition. I'm like, this is not somebody who should be in charge of anything. Like, he's
I just think
not.
that this dude could be rehabilitated.
Yes, but he should not be the CEO of anything. But anyway,
No,
so it's just
he
like,
should not.
but like he's dangerous and he's next in line to take over this company. And then like he does this thing, dad finds out, and then we like never address it again. Like you made it this big plot point, and then we like didn't resolve it really.
Yeah, the stepmother never came back either.
No, they just like fell away, and then the last episode was just like resolving the dad drama that could have been
Yeah, it's
resolved
like the dads
a
were
long time ago.
it's like
No, the pacing was really bad. I'm sorry. I can't justify the pacing of the show. It's really, really bad.
oh, it's really bad because do you wanna talk more about the dads real quick?
No, I was gonna jump to something that I did like and something that people like and something that I think impacted the way this was paced, which was the one thing you cannot say about the show that people complain about in a lot of shows is that the couples didn't have enough time being cute together. They had plenty of time to just be cute. Like they would give them 5 minutes of just like staring at each other and like being cute that had nothing to do with the plot. Like that to me
Yeah, they had a lot
was
of that.
good because like we don't people are always like, I didn't get enough of it. I wanted more of that. You cannot say that with the show. You got plenty. I think we got too much, to be honest, because
Yes.
then there's so much of that and there's not a coherent plot.
It's very true. One of
So
my favorite ones
yeah.
was, like, um, Isla, like, the cooking one, and then,
The
like, with the
cooking one was
flour and
good. That was good, but because it like played into the fact that like she like it was a character thing where she's like, "Oh, I'm busy doing this, so I never have time to cook." And then like they actually bonded over that. Like that was there was plot in that. Like that was good, but they had a lot of scenes where it was just like they're laying there.
oh, yes, especially in the tent.
Yeah, like the stuff in the tent, like when they're recovering from like hurt coverage. It's like honestly, like if you're into that, like no knocking that. I just think it impacted the pacing of the show because you would pause for a long period of time, just let them do that. But if you're a big fan of like if you're on AO3, like if you really like this show, you should go under the hashtag tooth rotting fluff because I think that describes the show and the cute moments and plot. What plot? Because that I think is only you. It's like they had a lot of cute moments and then like the plot just gets very lost or
Yeah. As long as
resolved
you're
air quotes.
okay watching Isla cry a lot,
Every episode
uh,
she cried.
yes,
Every episode. We're pretty
every episode.
confident she cried in every fucking episode. That's a lot of fucking crying, guys.
I hope she's okay.
I hope Orm is okay. I hope she hydrated a lot during filming because she was crying all the time. Like every other scene, she's crying. Like that's a lot.
I hope that comes easy to her
Me
because
too.
seriously, that is a lot to, like, have to force yourself to cry.
Seriously.
Some people are just, like, very emotional
We're good at
people and,
tapping into
like, they
that.
can
Yeah.
just yeah, easily cry,
Oof.
but it's not easy.
No. No, she has to make herself cry like so much. That's fucking intense, man. That's intense. Uh Other thing I have an issue with is like, well, again, I like the bodyguard stuff, but the issue is that they made the women wear heels when they're bodyguarding, which makes no fucking sense. And they knew it didn't make any fucking sense because when you get to episode 10 and they have the actual fight choreography, they're wearing combat boots. So it's like we knew this was stupid and we just had them do it.
They're like, "We don't get many, fights. We protect people, but they're not actually in danger, so we look good doing it."
But like, yes, and so like wardrobe did that. because women in heels, but then like it takes me out of it. It makes the stakes seem low for exactly what you're saying, because I'm like, they can't actually be doing combat shit because they're in heels. They cannot run, they cannot roundhouse kick. Like it makes the stakes lower just by the wardrobe you put them in. And then in episode 10, I'm like, oh, I know something's about to start happening because they're wearing combat boots, because that's what you need footwear for choreography if you're a fucking bodyguard. That drove me nuts because like just aesthetically, it lessened everything that was happening because it's just like it made it unrealistic to me. I was like, there's no way. Like, this is dumb.
Yeah, it made it like unprofessional for the bodyguards. Like I get that's
Yeah.
like a society thing, like women in high heels, that's the proper way, but like not for bodyguards.
Not for fucking bodyguards. And it's not like they're like, okay, exception is when Tawan is like posing as just a person that's hanging out with Isla. Like, yeah, she has to dress the part, but when they're visibly look like bodyguards and they're trying to look like bodyguards, there's no reason for the women to be in heels.
It's true.
It's dumb.
Also, the sheer fact that she has so many bodyguards the entire show.
Why did she need so many bodyguards?
Especially after the danger was done.
Yeah, that was crazy. Also, they weren't great bodyguards because they clustered together at all times. So you like proving you didn't need 3 of them or 4 of them at once because they're all in one spot.
Together, they make half a bodyguard.
Right. It didn't make sense. So like anyway, but I did love them. I thought that they were really funny and I just wish they were actual characters, but they weren't.
Yeah, me too. Especially that the episode where Tawan is jealous because she thinks that Isla is with her
yes
acting or dance partner.
I love
and
that
he
episode.
Turns out to be gay.
Yes.
And like Typhoon's supposed to like in my head, Typhoon and him are together. I wanted to see it.
Why is that in our head, whoever wrote this? Why are there no side couples? Like 0. We had potential like that and
so
then
much
nothing.
Potential.
Nothing.
Like, and you set it up for us to make us believe that.
You gave it to us.
Look at each other very long.
There was a wink. There was a wink. Why did we not get that? That was crazy.
What and then are we supposed to think?
This is some bullshit. And then at the end, with the closest thing we get to a side couple is the manager and her quote friend. And they're acting like they're married and they're like, oh, she's my friend. We just don't label it or whatever. It's like we could have had that. That was going on off screen the whole time. And we didn't know any of this. Like, what the fuck? Like, give us some of that. Less dads and more of that.
Seriously, you could have at least like put that on the background so we could like, witness that and like, you know, the beginning of the maybe we could have like a whole conversation with them about the labels and stuff, being like, I don't really like labeling it. That would have been really cool to watch.
That would have been cool.
That would have been like, more ensemble-y.
Right. But like, okay, so that whole conversation at the end, like it was good, but it felt completely out of place because it just came out of nowhere. And they were just like, here's some life lessons. Okay, bye. But like, if we had the manager and her sponsor, I don't know, queen, whoever that woman was, like if they like in the show, I know she's actually somebody important to like Channel 3, but like in the show, whoever that character was supposed to be, like we could have had that sprinkled throughout. And like, yeah, use that couple as like a foil for what's going on with Tawan and that's what I mean, where like the writing is not cohesive. Like we could have had that and that would have been a stronger plot line. And then you get to the end and they're like, labels aren't important and blah, blah, blah. And like, it would have been more impactful versus this like proselytizing thing out of nowhere at the end. That's like, yeah, that's a good message, but like, why are we talking about this? Like out of nowhere.
Because we needed to fill 20 minutes.
Right. And the dads already kissed and made up and are living together, whatever the fuck they're doing.
Pretty sure they literally kissed and made up.
No, because I agree.
This is what I wanted to talk about. They were literally at Isla's house.
Yeah, Isla's house, yeah.
Isla's
house.
Tawan
doesn't have a house. She has a tent.
Cooking.
In aprons.
Together.
Together.
Well, first of all, where's the bodyguards?
Also, okay, the fact that there's that, and then the fact that they're cooking means they went shopping before that to get the ingredients because Ella's have food in her house. That has been established. So they had to go cooking.
They
Or
have to be together.
they had to go get exactly. They're already so. This was so dumb because it was like they could have just made up and kissed, and like in the second episode, we could have never like moved past all that shit. And then how much more devastating would like the brother plot line be if like we're all on the same page and everything's good, and then the brother is just like, no, he's pissed off and he goes rogue while they already made the alliance. You know what I mean? Like they could have been like, we're gonna merge the companies together and it's gonna be great, and then the brother's doing all that shit in the background. That would have been more nefarious. You know what I mean? Than he just
it sounds like we need to rewrite this show.
I would have,
or
I had so many ideas how to do this. Yeah, it's just it wasn't cohesive. And then I did see some stuff about like people talking about like Channel 3, like their whole vibe is like it's not GMMTV. They're more like family, like conservative kind of channel,
that's why,
I guess. And so like, but I'm like, why would you green light a Bodyguard story then? If like you know what I mean? Like, why would you green light that if like you're not gonna be like cool with like the fighting stuff and like the anger as an emotion being involved with this and blood and things like that? Like, why adopt this story that you're making up? It's not based on a novel. Why would you greenlight that then? That was odd. If you're just not gonna
I wonder if there are higher ups in there fighting back, and that's why this story is like they're like, we want this to happen, because that does happen in America. I only know like the process in America. So like there is times where studios are like, oh no, you can't do that. You have to do this. And then the story is so stupid. And they're like, that's literally all we could do. We fought so hard for this. And the studio was like, no. So like there's sometimes where it is the studio. And especially with this, because apparently BEC music is a real thing. I think it might be in one of our comments.
It's in one of our comments.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it was a lot of real brands involved in the show.
Right. Yeah. I feel like I get that vibe that we had some executives who are disconnected, sticking their finger in the story.
Because I'm like, writers, like they know what they're doing. Just
I'm not saying they don't.
They can't be like all of this.
No, it's just
something happened. Something had to have happened.
I feel it really better like you had one person who wrote the first couple of episodes and then somebody wrote the other couple of episodes, because they feel like different stories. You know what I mean? True. Like even how we were saying, like the side characters felt more human in the beginning and then like didn't. Yeah, something happened.
Everybody fell off after the first few episodes.
Yeah, like something
the first
changed.
Few episodes were like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, there's so much potential. And then it literally just focused on the dads.
Yeah.
And if we would have gotten a love story between them, maybe
I would have been probably happier about that. Like that would have made more sense to me.
The ending would have made more sense.
And then like if the dads had their thing going on, and then the resolution at the end could have been just like, we weren't allowed to be together when we were younger. Look at how things have changed. Let's let our daughters be together. You know what I mean? Like it could have been like a good, wholesome story if we like.
And then they could have been like,
TV wrote it.
let's just see where life takes us. Let's start over. And then that's why they're cooking together. And then they're bickering back and forth like they already are married because they.
Oh my god, no. It's like it's literally set up for that too, because like Isla's mom is gone, and then I think she died. And then because there's a body count always, right? And then let's be real, like Tawan's dad and the mom, they're on the outs. So like the dads are basically single.
I don't believe those two are together. That was another situationship, because
that was fucking weird.
I thought that Tawan's mom was the second wife, because I swear that was the unless they just like translated it wrong.
Well, okay, so like second wife is like unmarried mistress.
Oh, okay. All right. Never
mind. That's why the actual legal wife is pissed off, and hates her.
All right, that's fair. Not to the extent that she went, but
so already like Tawan's dad is a trash.
Yeah.
He's kind of a shithead.
It's all because he couldn't have the real person that he wanted in his life, which is Isla's dad.
Right. Then like that would have been a better story.
It would've.
Whatever.
I'm watching it right now in my head. It's
I
great.
know, it's so good. Speaking of things that are good or aren't good, so there's the OST, first of all. I meant to like open this episode by singing it and I just forgot to do that because I thought it would be funny. But anyway, I can't sing. Caitlin can sing. But you are the moon of my heart. And my thing about this song is like, do I like this song? I can't tell because like every time I watch this show, it just gets stuck in my head the rest of the week. And just in my head, like you are the moon of my heart just starts playing, and I'm like, do I like this song? Or like, is it just a really good earworm or it just gets stuck in your head no matter what? I don't know.
I think I liked it, like, the first couple times. I don't think I actually like the song, though. I think it's just
I don't know.
and I can't recognize the whole song. I can only
No, me
recognize
neither.
part of it. Like, if you
Just that
play a different
part.
part of the song, I would not know. And it's happened a couple times where I'm like, "Oh, is that I don't what is this song? This is good." And then it gets to the part where I know, like, "Oh, it's that song."
That's what I mean. So like, and let us know out there. Do you actually like the OST or was it getting stuck in your head? Because I can't tell. Like, it's not a bad song, but I'm just like,
No.
am I listening to it in my head because I like it, or just because like it played 10 times that episode? Now it's stuck in my head.
It gets it's like "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift because you hear it so many times on the radio that I'm just
Right.
like, "I hate that song right
And
now.
like,
I
do I
hate it."
like it, or is it just like an earworm? I don't know.
Yeah. It's a great question. That's your question for this episode, by the way. What do you think about the OST?
Yeah. I don't know what this means.
Um, well, I mean, the first episode of Only You did the same thing as The Secret of Us, and it was really good, like,
Ooh,
because we
it did.
got to go yeah, we got to go back in time and really get to see their story arc and, like, how they met, and I really love the fact that Isla was trying to, like, join their
Kendo club.
eh yeah, that whole, like, martial arts I know it's not called that, but
Kendo.
whatever you just said, kendo.
Kendo club, yeah.
Um, and was, like, trying so hard, and
That
she
was
was just
cute.
like, "I'm not good at this." And then Tawan's just like, "Girl, you need to join the dance club.
Right?
Like, you this is not for you." And I just love seeing their relationship build then, and then
Yes.
the whole episode was just so great and wholesome until we
Cute.
got to the end where they had the 8-year gap.
Yeah. No, and, like, again, them being separated is not a huge deal. It's just, like, the fact that they did not communicate in an age when we have cell phones and social media makes no sense, and there was no reason that Taiwan didn't reach out to Ayla after the competition Isla was in. Like, there was literally no reason for her to do that whatsoever. She just, like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
it does not
It
make
doesn't
sense.
make any sense. It's never gonna make sense. And it just again, and I feel like at the end, what they were trying to do is bookend. So they basically set up the first episode where like, oh, everything's perfect, perfect, perfect. We need to be separated. And they try to do the same thing with the kidney transplant and the divorce because they're just trying to bookend. And then
Mhm.
they're like, that's why Taiwan can never see her again. So we're gonna end up in the same situation. Oh no. I feel like that's what they were trying to do. But again, the stakes never feel real because the stuff with the dads was always so like they're gonna change their mind tomorrow. Like they kept changing their mind. So then like the stakes never made any fucking sense. And then Taiwan's just like in the woods. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I thought she'd go back to China if we're gonna actually do a bookend. Like, have her go back to
Well,
China.
I guess she was just being like, "I have faith in her that she will find me. I can't reach out to her, but I know she can find me, so I'm just gonna stay in the most obvious place," which she still didn't find her. She still had to go to the bodyguards and get
Correct.
it out of
So that
them.
didn't work.
No. But real quick, back to the first episode. I just love the fact that everyone was trying to get to Tawan, and then Isla is just like immediately is like gets herself in there, and like Tawan has eyes for nobody except Isla. I just it was
It
great. It
was
was a great
cute.
first
It
episode, and I love
was.
the friend. and her being so excited
Yes!
for Isla,
Isla's
and
friend.
I need us to bring back that our fan fiction, that friend
And
and
Nana,
Nana,
yeah. Nana, I guess?
those 2 are together.
They were doing so perfect. Why even
They would
give her?
have.
Why even put her in the
That
show?
dynamic would have been great. Seriously, the friend really got the short end of the stick because she
Oh
was
my
in it so
god!
much in the beginning.
No, well, some fucked up shit is like she was great. Like Isla's friend that she meets immediately in high school, and she's like, "Let's be friends forever." Like, and they were. And we had her in the beginning of the show, and then the last time she really shows up was when Isla was like Taiwan takes Isla on like that bodyguard boot camp weekend. The friend was also there, but she has like no lines. She's just like, you know, when they're doing like capture the flag game, she's like, and the paintball guns, like she was one of the people who was playing,
Which is
and we never see
insane.
her again.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought she was
I
gonna
mean,
be more of a character.
I liked that day, and I loved watching it because, fighting, plot. I mean, there wasn't really plot. It
There
was just,
wasn't
like,
really
just
plot,
teaching her how
but it
to
was like fun
fight.
to like see
Yeah, it
them
was
do
fun to
stuff.
watch. She
Yeah,
was really good at it randomly, that
super
didn't
random.
seem too plausible, but
To be fair though, like I know I thought that when I was watching, I'm like, this is crazy that like gonna have her later like disarm somebody or something. Probably that's why they're putting this in here. But like Isla did take was in kendo class, like in the kendo club in
yeah.
high school. So like she probably has some of that training in there from doing that. And this is kind of like a muscle memory thing where Tawan's like, I need to like
Mhm.
reactivate those muscles of hers. And so that if she's in a situation, she's more likely to like do what she already knows how to do. Which like that wasn't explained in the show, but like that would make sense, you know?
Yeah, it would.
Actually, versus just being like, this is your first
It's
day throwing a punch. You know what I mean? Like that would be insane if she had no background in martial arts whatsoever. But Isla does technically, so that kind of made sense.
Theor, you just said, like, the biggest thing of the show. It's not explained in the show, but it makes sense if you think about it.
Right?
Because basically you have to write the show in your head
You
as you're
do.
watching it.
You do.
Because there's so much better if you put your own plot to it. If you have your own fan fiction, it's like what's going on in the background. Like
Yeah.
Typhoon and that guy together.
That was such a tease. They teased side bitches and then like never went through with
Yeah.
them. It's so fucked. I'm pissed.
And the only side bitches we got were in the very end. And
Which I mean, they're great, but like, where were they the whole time?
I know. And I hate
I,
because The Secret of Us did that too. All
they
the
did.
side bitches
They
were at the
did.
end.
Well, like here,
And
but in The Secret of Us, we did get the dudes that get together, and we actually got stuff with them.
we did get scenes with them, yeah.
We got scenes with them, but like the same actress that played Nana, like her character gets with somebody else, and it's like all off screen. She gets with one of the doctors, and it's like super off screen, and you just see it at the end. It's like
Yeah, that was and that's what we thought was gonna
I
happen
thought
with
that
the
was gonna
guys
happen.
in
Yeah,
this,
here. No, it
but we didn't
didn't.
get that.
We didn't even get that. They just gave us some other couple we did not see coming whatsoever. Like, which I'm not mad at, but like, you teased other ones and just dropped the ball. Some bullshit. Now I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
There's so many could have beens.
There's a lot of
And
could have
like
beens. That's what makes
there's
me
so much
sad. It's
better.
just it had potential. And then it was tooth rotting fluff and plot. What plot? And that's not my favorite fan fiction. But if you're into that, it's fine. I'm not knocking it if you enjoy that. But like, that's not enough to get me to rewatch a show or like invest heavily or like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah.
it's cute. Like, there's cute moments, but I'm not going to go rewatch it for that, honestly. Because there's like
My
not a lot of
key
context to it to like make me invested in it other than just like watching people be cute just to be cute. I need more than that personally.
yeah. Well, my key takeaway from this show and what I will remember, unfortunately, from this show going forward is just the dads being assholes. And like
Yes.
at
Ugh.
least Tawan's dad was just like he was terrible and then admitted it, but he didn't waffle back and forth about them being together.
No, he
Isla's dad
didn't.
was the one who was just
Oh my god.
irritatingly inconsistent. Because Tawan's
Yes.
dad was
Agreed.
consistent.
You're right. You
'Cause
were
he had that
correct.
moment where he was broken down and he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna be truthful." And then he stayed on that path.
That's
So
true.
good for him. I think he's a better dad, honestly. He
That's
didn't
really
hold his
shitty.
daughter hostage. He did
Yeah,
send
he
her
didn't hold
away,
he also didn't
but
stop
it
his
was
wife from kicking out his
yeah.
daughter, but there's also
I
that,
think it
but
was a terrible situation. He's
yeah.
like, "I want you to have a better life. I know it can't be here."
Yeah, it's
So,
true.
like and she did have a better life in China.
She did.
So, maybe it was for it was a little bit for him because he didn't wanna have to deal with the tough conversations with the wife,
True.
but in the end, it really was better for her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you. Although he very much dropped the ball with his son though, because his son's a psychopath.
Yes, he needed to give more attention to his son, be more involved, because I have a feeling he was not involved at all.
Agreed. Yeah, I just yeah, I do hate that this devolved into drama about these dads. Because it's just like
Yes.
this was marketed at a bodyguarding story, and it just became drama between two construction lords, like fighting over this project, and it's like that's now go watch Harmony Secret if you want to see that shit. Like I didn't ask for that in this show. Like that. Why are we here? Why are we here? And like it would have made more sense for like stuff to do with Isla's work. Like it for like she's Taylor Swift. Like that you can't think of something else that would be threatening to Taylor Swift. Like you know what I mean?
Seriously,
Like
there's a whole
seriously.
internet that can give you ideas.
No, seriously. Yeah, it just I don't know why we had to devolve into this dad drama. It was anyway. So but I guess the good thing about this show and one thing you can absolutely count on is that you can't predict things in this show. Except that Isla's gonna cry because that was the most predictable thing every episode. She will cry.
She will cry.
She will cry.
There will be a bunch of crossfades.
There will be
Basically, the
crossfades.
game that you created, Theora,
Yes.
on
That's how we got
Patreon.
our drinking
That
game.
yes. Alright, the lovely drinking game that we played live with our Patreon members, so
We
go
did.
check that out too.
Mhm.
It was fun.
For
It
the
was a lot of fun.
finale, we did do that. That was very fun. That was fun. It was fun to watch
That was
it.
something great to come out of the show as well
It
because
was. I agree.
it
I
added
too.
to our community
It did.
and got us all talking, whether good or bad, we will get there because we got comments from you guys.
We did. Other thing I want to add that was good about this show is that I did like that they showed behind the scenes stuff about like how people in this industry are people and all the crap you say online like if they see it gets to them
Yeah.
like like the whole shipping stuff can evolve into like death threats and shit like it can get real and like these are just people trying to work, you know, so I do enjoy
Isla
that. I
should
like
have
that.
never had to do that live stream
No,
announcing her relationship,
that was
apologizing
fucked.
for her
That
relationship.
was fucked.
That was terrible.
That was
And the fact
fucked.
that that happens in real life,
Yes, is
that is not
gross.
okay. It's not okay for
No.
us to think that we have any say in somebody's personal relationship. And that
Right.
goes for these actors as well.
Agreed. Yeah. We don't own these
It's
people. They're fucking
insane.
people. Yeah. Yeah, I saw some chatter out there that this story was like loosely based on stuff that happened to them, like the death threats and stuff.
Which is terrible.
It's fucking terrible. Like, I wish we would have leaned more into that, like to be like, this is the dangers that these women actually go through just by trying to be actors and or models or whatever in this industry. Cause like, yeah, people feel entitled to them and like can get dangerous. Like it can be fun and harmless, but like can get harmful, and that's awful that they have to get bodyguards and like oh like that's ridiculous. So
It would
I
have
do
been
like
nice
that.
if they like showed that because Isla did a lot of like personal things interacting and was like meeting fans. I would
Yeah.
have loved them to like establish that even though they know her name and like think that they're connecting with her online and like through the lives and stuff, that's not her either. Like that's still a persona. Like she has a life behind the scenes that people don't know because like that's what real life is. Even though you
Yeah.
know somebody's name, you don't know who they are. Like even the couples, like, we don't know who they are. All these
No.
fan meets, they are just portraying they're still acting.
They're still acting. They're paid to be there, like, as
Yeah,
their
so, like, we're
their
never gonna know who
character.
they are as people,
No.
and that's okay because they have a personal life.
Yes, they're just
They're
doing a
entitled
job.
to that. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
that's
doing a
just
job.
a big thing for me. I would
I
like
get
them to
triggered
have
by
their
that shit.
privacy.
Yeah. No, it's true. So I did like that, but then yeah, you're right. They did like some problematic shit with that where they're like, Isla owes you nothing.
Literally, she should not have been crying on a live stream trying to, like, be like, "Are they going to accept me or not?" Ugh,
I know.
her relationship should have no impact on her career.
I know. But it is shitty though, because like it does, like which is
Yeah,
why I'm sure most actors hide their relationships because
because it's not just them either, it's their
no,
relation like,
then
you
the
saw the
partners
people were trying to be like, "Can we be fans of your girlfriend who is literally" like, just for this, like, a nobody,
she's
meaning, like,
nobody,
has
yeah.
no fame.
Right.
It's insane.
No, it's
Which they
actually
coulda played more with that too,
I
because
agree.
then, like, they both coulda been, like, targeted and
Yes, that's what I mean. There was a lot of different directions I could have like pulled from real life, but like I I get the sense that like Channel 3 was not if they weren't going to do actual bodyguarding shit, they're not going to dive into like here's the harmful real life shit about our industry. Like I feel like they're going to be
yeah.
like fluff over some shit and that's what they're like family drama. Like it's like but then why give us all this if you're not going to like do anything with it? That's what I mean, where it's tooth rotting fluff. I feel like they fluffed over a lot of things that they could have like actually gotten into, but you know,
Well,
you
I
know.
think no matter what, right now, we should take a break to give some shout outs to our Chaos Crew on Patreon. What do you think?
Woo! I mean,
Yeah?
you're in charge of that.
Alright, so let's do it. Our Chaos Crew
Nope, Caleb,
members
the
nope,
thing.
I got it. I remembered right as I was saying it. I did yeah, we're getting closer, Theora. We're getting closer to me remembering this damn task. Anyway,
Woo!
our Chaos Crew members on the Big Gay Ride or Die tier are Amix Monzone underscore multi, Ariel W, Danny, Dixie, Erica LC, Here For It, Jasmine O, Jill L, Cassie M, Leona, Michelle G, Monet F, Moving Forward Leading, Nancy D, Natalia, Pooja S, Regina B, and Worshipchin.
Woo!
Woo! And our featured Big Gay supported members for this episode are KO, Livia A, and Liz. Thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
all of your support, and thank you to everyone watching, listening to this. We really appreciate you and you taking the time to listen to this. Whether you're a fan of Only You, you have some criticism, but we can all agree there are some great things to talk about the show as well. So we're so glad that you're here to talk about that with us. If you can't join Patreon, don't worry. Like we said before, come join the Discord to talk about this show and all the other Thai girl loves, queer media in general. You not just talk about it with us, but talk about it with so many other people who love queer media. There's always someone ready and willing to talk about a show. It's a great time and a great community. I'm so happy that we built that. And you are helping us build it as well. So thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right.
All right. So, speaking of listeners at home, I guess we'll jump into listener comments now.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so let's start off with Patreon. So with Patreon, we have BJR who wrote, I didn't realize until I checked today that BEC World owns BEC Music and Channel 3. So this was sort of a 14 episode commercial with interspersed what's PPL.
I
Pretty cool.
think after I read it, I think it means product placement.
Product placement. Okay, sweet. Interspersed, that makes sense. Interspersed product placement, including BEC/Channel 3 actors and singers. No wonder no one wanted to do anything edgy and risk the LingOrm brand. Makes sense. This led to an unimaginative and repetitive plot with one real action scene. However, my favorite unexpected product placement was the gas/petrol station brand. Yeah, that's so true. I guess Thai gorilla viewers have cars/trucks/motorbikes too. No, that's true. They definitely were hawking that petrol station. You are correct.
I mean, if I have to get gas in Thailand, that's where I'm going.
I'm going.
Well, I'm gonna go wherever is cheapest, but yeah, that's where I'm that's
yeah,
where
and
I
it's
go.
like, I guess it makes sense why they had 14 episodes. They had a lot of brand sponsorship going in there. So yeah, it was basically a big commercial. So like if we didn't have all of that, we could have condensed this into like, I don't know, 8 episodes
6.
and had a real story or 6. But yeah, no, it's valid.
6.
I agree. It just felt like they had stuff going on at the beginning that could have been edgy and then like pivoted very hard, and it was just tooth rotting fluff the rest of the show. So you're right. It's probably because of the brand association. I don't know if this project helps the LingOrm brand, to be honest with you.
I don't think it does.
Personally, I don't think this helps any of the brands because it became about nothing.
According to our listener comments, it does not help them.
No. Anyway,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay.
So our next comment from Patreon is from Q432, and they wrote Three Stooges. And I need to explain this one because Kasi nicknamed the 3 bodyguards that are Tawan's group the Three Stooges, and I went with that in the reaction video, so that is what we call them. Because they act like Three Stooges. They're bumbling idiots at times, and they're always getting into something together, which we could have gotten more of. Again, they also fell off. And I forgot they existed sometimes until we got more scenes with them.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and what we pose to people is, why do you love the show? So the Three Stooges is a reason to love the show because like they are great and they were very fun and they were very supportive of Tawan. And honestly, like I just wish that they got to be independent people, but you know, the story was basically told because like every conversation they had centered around Tawan and Ayla, and it wasn't like they were ever really the closest we got is like Typhoon and the K-pop star or whatever making eyes. Like that was the closest we got to them being like their own people. But yeah, they were funny. They were very funny. And Three Stooges is an apt like descriptor because like the Three Stooges did a lot of like slapstick comedy. So like they did kind of that too. So it did kind of feel like that. I just wish we had more of them because they were fun. It was very fun to have them.
Yeah, they were definitely one of my favorite parts about
this. Yeah, they were definitely probably my favorite part of the show.
Not just the fathers, I will remember them from this show as well.
Yeah, no, that's valid. Okay. All right, so back to why you love the show. So Leona from Patreon writes, I like the show. I enjoy the chemistry between LingOrm and I love the Three Stooges. I just wish we knew more about them. Yeah, all of that. Agreed.
All right, the next comment is from Buckminster Fullerin, and they wrote, well, I don't. To be honest, at this point, Channel 3 is abusing LingOrm's popularity. It has fans at its chokehold dangling LingOrm in front of us with poor script and half-hearted production. With a broken heart.
Broken heart emoji.
And that's valid.
That's valid. It's valid not to like the show overall. I don't know if they're abusing LingOrm. I feel like there's like you said, Caitlin, I get the sense there's some executives who are playing around because there's nothing to base this off of. So I think they were playing around with stuff and we're like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Also, more product placement shit. Put these people in there. Put these actors in there. So I feel like it just got disjointed because there were too many cooks in the kitchen when this happened. So
and I also think they probably did think like, oh, it's LingOrm. It'll be popular no matter what.
Which
so like
it was.
Yes.
I mean, is that not the Thai girl of marketing strategy? The whole strategy is like get people invested in an acting pair, and then people just go watch the acting pair because they love them. They don't care what the show's about. Like, even when it's not good, people still love it because they love the acting pair.
Yep.
I'm thinking of one show right now. All you guys like. It really wasn't that good, but we like it because we like the couple. Like, So is it abusing them? I don't know that it's abusing them. I think it's like that's the marketing strategy, and we're gonna fall for it because people like the couples. Also, it's gay, so I'm gonna watch it. So it doesn't even have to be good. I'm used to that.
Yeah.
I'm used to that.
As
It didn't matter
Americans, we're
who's
used
starring in
to,
it.
it's
Yeah,
gay, sure, I'm
I'll go
watching
watch
it.
it. Yeah, exactly. Like I was like, how we end up watching Queendom? We're like body swapping. Wait, it's gay? Whatever. Yeah, I'll just go watch that. Yeah. So like, it doesn't matter. It didn't matter who it didn't matter that it was LingOrm bodyguards and it's queer women. Yes, I want to watch that. I don't care who's in it.
Yeah, I mean, apparently we're getting another one, Mission Love or
Yeah,
Lies, Love
maybe
and
it'll
Lies.
actually be about
I
bodyguards.
our hopes are so
The
high, the
hopes
bar
are
is so
very
low.
high. All they have to do is have 3 bodyguarding scenes, and we already beat the show in terms of being a bodyguard show. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no, I mean, like, that's the marketing strategy of these girl love shows. It's like people they market the hell out of just the actors, and then so people follow the actors no matter where they go. Like that's the whole deal right now. And hopefully the industry will change at some point, like and stop pimping them out so much for like these. I'm more pissed off they pimp them out for fan meets, not the shows that
And
are
so many
subpar.
of them. Like, I
Like that's
understand,
worse.
like,
So
once in a
many.
while, but, like, there's, like, one every week, it seems
That's
like.
exhausting. When are they having time to rest, act? Like
Yeah, let alone, like, make these projects.
right. Well, yeah, exactly. Like I am more concerned about them for that. And also like if you're out in public all the time, that's more opportunities for like you something you to need a bodyguard. You know what I mean? Like to have like them being exposed like that constantly, like that's scary. So, I don't know. Let's be honest, all you out there. Lingworm's gonna have another show. You're gonna go watch it no matter what it
Yeah, no
is. It
matter
doesn't
what.
matter. You're just gonna go watch
We
it.
could have the exact same show with
It
the
could be
exact
only
same
you,
plot.
number 2, and you're gonna go watch it. Let's be honest. It
Yes.
doesn't actually matter. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, this was a felt like product placement. Okay, so then Cassie M, same question. Why did you love this show? Same response. Well, I don't. Currently, this sits at a measly 6 out of 10 for me. That's pretty high, not gonna lie. And I doubt the finale will let it raise much higher than that. Why did I watch it all the way through? Well, I enjoyed LingOrm and The Secret of Us, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, and was hoping for at least as good a second show. But what I got was a show nearly devoid of plot, instead with much of staring and crying and endless repeats of the same situation over and over again. Oh, and endless repeats of the same 3 OST songs, plus a bit of comedy by the Three Stooges, who did as little actual bodyguarding as possible. Okay, also like the OST thing is pretty weird. If they're like, if you have BEC up in
Yeah.
there, why didn't you play songs from them? Like, why didn't you play other songs and try to market them through this show? Like, why use the same 3 OSTs over and over again? Now that I'm thinking about
That's a
that, that's kind of
great
weird.
point because, yeah, you would have
Yeah,
gotten us into all this music,
yeah,
especially for people in Thailand who know the words.
yeah,
They'd have been like, "Yeah, great artist."
right. That seemed like that'd be good exposure, but, like, I guess not. That's kinda weird, actually. I can understand, like, not having a ton of OSTs, like, if your music budget's not high because, like, the actors have to go sing them when then you have to have somebody compose them, write them, like, all this kinda stuff. I understand, like, having not a lot, but, like yeah, it was like yeah. Anyway, they didn't invest in any kind of background music, which is interesting. Okay, and then Kasi continues, if I knew now how the show would turn out, I would have probably dropped it by episode 5. It's not my least favorite girl love show of the year. That would be Music Story, Losing Control. I haven't seen it, Caitlin has. I
It's
haven't watched
coming
the
to
finale of
Patreon
I Am
soon.
Devil at this point, but it's probably my biggest disappointment of 2025 because I expected so much more. It's because the premise was so tantalizing, and then the bodyguard shit, and then they did not bodyguard. So it was like,
And the
what?
pilot ended with her having this red dot on her and then having to protect Isla, like, then that
Yeah.
never happened.
That never happened. Yeah, we never got anywhere close to those stakes that you showed us in the pilot. That's what I mean. Like, yes, it
Just
didn't
saying.
match the pilot. So some shit must have went down where there's too many cooks in the writers' room. I'm with you, Caitlin. I firmly believe that. I'm of that conspiracy.
Um, okay. So I'm going to say the next Patreon one, then I think we should do Instagram and end with YouTube, just so you know.
Got it.
So the last Patreon comment is from Zori M. And they said, I'm a sucker for cute moments, and this show has plenty of them.
Tooth rotting
And
fluff.
that is very true.
No, I did. Like if you're just looking for LingOrm cute moments, like this show, every episode has at least one.
I'm sure
Probably.
someone has edited down to like just the cute moments, so you could probably just watch that.
And it's probably like 2 hours long because there's so many of them in this show. Like you cannot say there weren't enough cute moments. There were. There were. This show has the most. They have the most.
It really does.
So if I see that comment online, what do you mean? All right. Per Caitlin, we'll then go to Instagram. So this is music_lover_writer who writes, that show is poorly written. The only reason I watched was for Ling and Orm and to support them. Otherwise, the show made no sense. There was so much unnecessary drama, and the kissing and love scenes were so badly done. Those two women deserve better. Yeah, I don't understand why the tone of the like makeout scenes were different than The Secret of Us, because The Secret of Us, they went pretty hard in their like one sex scene that they had. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a Channel 3 thing, and there's like, to get it on the air, you have certain rules of like how many intimacy scenes you can have and like what they can consist
You know
of.
what? I saw something that said this was the first primetime one, like
So
the
that makes
primetime
it.
girl love. And so we interviewed oh shoot, I cannot, I think her name
The
was
intimacy
Laura?
coordinator?
Yeah, the intimacy
Laura, I
coordinator.
think her name was.
Well, in the book that she
Yeah.
wrote, there was an interview with an intimacy coordinator from Thailand, and they're like the network is like so conservative that like they just do pecs, but if it's for like a streaming service, then that's when they have to be like really involved more, because then they can like have a lot more contact. So I did see that a lot. You see that like very long lingering pecs on the lips instead of like full blown makeout sessions, which is fine.
It's
It
fine.
lasted a little too long.
Yes, it lasted way too long, but like, yes, fine.
But, like, so I could see how, like, the prime time, it's again with the conservative network, that's
Right.
why that happens like that.
And that makes sense.
So, yeah.
I'm just
It's
surprised
a
the
thing.
scenes were so long, like you're saying. Like they went on
Yeah,
for like
it's just it was
minutes.
so long, like,
It was
just
so
peck each
long.
other and be done with it. But anyway.
Yeah. So I think that totally makes sense. And I'm not like necessarily mad at that, but it is different from The Secret of Us.
Yes. Okay, so going over to YouTube, I wanted to end with YouTube because this one's positive. So at Natalia Y in 6924 writes, I love so many moments, like in episode 1 when Tawan saves Isla, all the action scenes, especially when that guy assaulted Isla in the bathroom and Tawan smacked his face. I believe that's what it says. And then
Or smashed
also
his face.
smash. Yeah. And second reason, LingOrm chemistry always with 4 hearts. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think bottom line is people loved LingOrm, which makes sense. We were excited for the bodyguarding. The bodyguarding that we did get was very good.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted more of that.
So did I.
Yeah.
We got another show to forget that, but I wanted it in this show.
I wanted it in this show because, again, like the pilot for this show was so solid and looked incredible. So, yeah. But yeah, I think your points are valid, Caitlin. Like again, like if this was a primetime show on Channel 3, that kind of all of that makes sense. So I'm surprised we even got the bodyguarding episodes, like scenes that we did get that with, because like there was blood and stuff.
I'm happy that's a girl love in general.
Yeah, I'm happy we're getting girl loves period on primetime. Again, that is a good thing. That is overall a good thing. So, it's a work in progress, everybody. It's just, it's progress takes time. We'll get there eventually with well, hopefully. I don't know, if you're in America, you go backwards, like we're going backwards right now. So hopefully
we're laughing because we're trying to not cry.
Yes, we're trying not to cry. But Thailand's moving forward, and like again, at least Channel 3, a conservative network, gave them a primetime show, took a risk with an original story. Yeah, it's not perfect, but overall, I think that was a really good thing. And so thank you to everybody that worked on, I know we just bashed you for a while, but like, thank you to everybody that worked on the show. And like, it was beautifully shot. Like, you know, the costumes were great. I have issues with the heels and the bodyguards, but like overall, like they did a pretty good job putting this together. The locations they got were great. I love, whose house was it? Was it the Tawan's house with that tree house, wherever that house is? Like that was a gorgeous set. I loved that.
That was great.
That was great. Like they did a lot of good things. It's just, yeah, I feel like something happened behind the scenes. But hopefully, you know, maybe if they get feedback from how this went, hopefully they'll still make originals and not be like, fuck it, just novels only, and you can't be up prime time. So hopefully,
yeah, that's the biggest one.
That's what I'm worried about.
Primetime show.
Yeah. But that's a good thing. We're moving in the right direction, you know, and we're getting more shows, as you are all aware of. So,
yes.
So we'll see what they do for LingOrm next or wherever they go. And yeah, so that was basically Only You. So Taylor Swift songs that fit Only You. What do you got?
All right, so mine is Love Story purely because I compared this show to Romeo and Juliet so many times.
That's true.
So, and like Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. Like, because there's a line about how they keep trying to tell me how to feel.
Yeah.
So that was very much the show. Like, so it was very much, and like Tawan just keeps lurking outside the house.
Yeah, Tawan did so much
them.
lurking. She super did. No, that's a really good song for this show. I'm gonna say, was it The Man? Is that the song, Taylor Swift song?
If I Was a Man.
Yeah, I think The Man. Because if more of the men on the show were actually men, we wouldn't have all this weird drama. But like Tawan, if Tawan could just be like the man in her family and they could just see her as that and like these fucking problems, like wouldn't we go further and you know anyway.
We would still have the issue with the dads though. Yeah, we would, because it was something that happened in the past before.
Well, like the thing is, like, well, my thing is like, okay, like instead of like her, so with that song, basically the whole song is about like, well, if I was the man, quote, then like people would see me differently and people would acknowledge my power and like acknowledge my merit and wouldn't just like look at me and be like, oh, you're a girl, whatever. Like, wouldn't I go further if I didn't have all these barriers? That's what the song is about. And so like with Tawan, she had the barrier of being like the stepdaughter or like the illegitimate child. So if she was just like the man, she was just the eldest child, she would be in line to be CEO. And then like we wouldn't have any of the bullshit with the brother. So like we wouldn't even get there. And so like I feel like if she was like in like, this would just turn to Harmony Secret. If she was like basically the heir to this construction company and then we had the bullshit with the other dad, she could be in a better position to smooth it over because she actually has power in this company. But who knows? And then if like, I don't know. That's my thought. I just thought that'd be good. But Love Story is a good one.
I mean, yours is too.
All right. What is your challenge again? Just
the challenge is, do we like the OST or did we just hear it so much that it got stuck in our heads?
Is it an earworm? Yeah. Let us know in the comments. That is your comment challenge.
Only you can let us know.
Only you can settle this debate because I truly don't. I can't tell if I like it or not, which is not a good sign, but
it's not.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's no whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, 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 oh.
Nothing will ever be that. Let's be honest.
At least for Theora.
At least for me. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. I think next week, I don't know when this is releasing, to be honest. I'm pretty sure we'll be back to another episode of Pluto after this. So, but we'll be doing recaps like this for all the shows that we've watched that have ended or are ending around this time. So come back for more. And until next time, hydrate for lesbian Jesus.
And gay it up all over the place.
Bye.
Bye.
And with that, we've been Big Gay Energy. If you like this episode, check out all our other episodes right here on YouTube.
Please like, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more amazing super gay content.